Us, everyone. Trust everyone's well. Welcome back to the Kyokushin Shuffle. Forever the student, and a really, really cool guest I've got, and a bit of a surprise for those 1,000 odd listeners that we have for each episode. I've got a jolly old good friend here, and I'd love everyone to give a big us and warm welcome to Damon Lowery. Damon, my good old friend, how are you, sir?
Patty Pinto, man. Hey, oos.
Us. Oh,
After
look at
you, big fella.
how
Hey,
good.
man, I'm
How
on top
good.
of the world, man. I'm so excited, man, to be rapping to you.
Yeah.
We've been going backwards and forwards a little bit via
Yeah.
social media, man. I'm liking what you're doing.
All right.
You like what I'm doing. I said,
Yeah.
man, it's gonna be great when we get to chop it up.
Man, exactly. And I've reached out obviously a number of times and can I catch up? And then you're on these amazing accomplishments, which I can't wait to share more with everyone. But Damon, when I reached out to you, obviously there was a segue into why I'm getting you on. And I gave you a brief then to the Kyokushin family and to the martial art community that listen to this, the theme of what I'm trying to get here on Forever the Student is to open our eyes a bit, expand our knowledge a bit, and hear some different stories of some grenades like yourself that are just accomplishing some wicked stuff and the mindset of, how to do these things. And for those out there, I was thinking about how I've got to engage Damon to the audience. Jump on his Instagram right now at Damon Lowery, right? And start to just deep dive a little bit, and then you're going to comprehend a lot more as to what he's been accomplishing and what he's doing in his life. Because our history, let's get it off the bat, and for the basketball peeps out there, Damon, when I was 16, 17 years old, so I'm 43 now, buddy, and Damon was a marvel. He was such a leader and such an influential figure in basketball, and I was doing basketball clinics, and Damon was one of the seniors doing the basketball clinics. And I was making some pocket money on the side and then going through year 12 and a bit of university. And Damon and I were part and parcel as one of the coaches. And I was just a young pup. And I looked up to you so much, Damon, openly telling you now that, the influence, because I'm a point guard, you're a point guard. And your relationship later on was with another close friend of mine, Dave Biwa, who I ended up playing at the Giants with. And the circle that we've had for so long has just been amazing. When we would bump into each other at the clubs, we would bump into each other at stadiums. But I've been out of the basketball fraternity for a long, long time. But I still keep close tabs with good mates, Joe Ingles, Jay Smith, Gorgon. They're still very close to me, these people, because of the history, but and the influence that basketball has had on me. So I wanted to get that off the bat because, again, for those out there, Damon's got a basketball history that'll bring tears to your eyes. It's unbelievable. It's such a beautiful story. I mean, quickly just guide us through for the listeners in a good 3 minutes of how you got to Australia and then, your career in basketball.
Man, you too kind, man. I appreciate all of that. I came to Australia, man. I got here in '89.
Yeah.
I'm 56 years old now.
Awesome.
Level 5.6, I like to call. I like to talk in levels.
Absolutely.
So in 1989, I come out and I was in New South Wales in a town called Nara, playing for the Shoalhaven Tigers with my good friend Dave Beaver, who I played against in college. So played there for 2 years. Went back to college I went to college in Juneau, Alaska. I didn't know what I was going to do. Like this team didn't want me back, but my good friend Warwick Can, who brought me and Dave out here, this is how things work out, man.
Yeah.
He said, I'm going to get you back to Australia. Okay. I'm like, yeah, whatever, man. I would love to. He's in the Bendigo basketball stadium.
Yep.
Overheard a conversation that then Coach Owen Hewen was having to someone else, saying, I need a point guard. I need my American ain't coming back. And Warwick says to him, who didn't even know him, I got the guy. Next thing you know, I'm playing for the Horsham Hornets in 1991.
Awesome.
Met my wife there. We've been married 30 years now.
Congrats.
92, thanks, man. 92, 93, I moved to Mildura because they moved up from Country League to Siebel, it was called back then, which is now NBL 1.
Yep.
2 years there, 94, go to the Ballarat Miners, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, Ballarat.
Yeah.
Then we meet, I think it's 99, I want to say. I was with Kilsyth.
Yep. Roger
Doing
that.
basketball clinics, Cameron Burns.
Yep.
My old teammate. I believe it was in Knox, the old Knox basketball stadium.
Correct. Right, mate. Yep.
And I remember for warm-ups, every time I think of Patrick Pinto, and I ain't bullshitting you. Okay. When I would do clinics in future, and I would do the warm-up, and I would get the kids to follow me because I got this from you. You wouldn't talk. You just go like this. You go. Kids would go. Then you do some movement, and they would do some movement. And I attributed that to you. So, yeah, we go back to the 90s, man. And like you say, the basketball fraternity is so small. Everybody knows everybody. So, yeah, and then in 2000, I went on to play some NBL with the Hawks, Illawarra Hawks, Townsville, Crocs, Newcastle Falcons.
What a journey, mate. Bloody hell, mate. And I know you've briefly done it for me, and I appreciate that. But, you know, the amazing way you could adapt to your, I guess, livelihood, and the way you were just continually pushing forward is a credit to you, mate. And 30 years with your beautiful wife and your kids. I see the pictures. Amazing, mate. It's such a inspiring thing to see, mate, on that level as a father figure and someone that came from, you know, the other side of the world. But, you know, so for those out there, so there's a glimpse of Damon's basketball angle, right? And then what ends up happening slowly over the last 4 or 5 years, pre-COVID and so on, and we connect, you know, we're on socials, a whole bunch of us in the basketball world. And then Damon and I, you know, just continue to chat here and there. Hope all's well, love to all, etc. And then this son of a bitch starts putting up these unbelievable missions that he's accomplishing. And again, in a bit of detail now, we're going to go into it, because as a Forever the Student, you have just continued to a degree, and you had it on another podcast, which I loved, with Paul Maley's daughter. I've forgotten her name. And it was epic. It was such a beautiful interview and chat that you had with her, and it blew me away again. And I wrote to you saying, man, this is mad. This is unreal. And again, you know, leading into that, you start to change your life to a degree. And one of the funniest things I'm just going to quickly segue into was, you know, the way Damon was going about his life. He was just, you know, starting to feel a little bit of well, what's going on? You know, where are we heading here? Go.
Man, yeah. Hey, I didn't realize, like, as an athlete, as former athletes, you always think you still that guy.
Right.
Even though your body might not be at that level for whatever reason, injuries, age, weight, whatever. But up here, you feel like, I was that dude. Yeah, I'm that dude.
Yeah.
So I was still playing one-on-one basketball with my mate Ash Breyer.
Sure.
And normally he's 20 years younger than me, and he's better than me. But we would play 9 games of one-on-one.
Yep.
I would lose 7 of them. That's okay. I'm just trying to stay in some shape. I'm like 50, I don't know, what am I, 52 at the time, maybe 52, 53, whatever.
Yeah.
And this one particular day, Pat, I got to game 3 and I couldn't play no more. And I was like, I could feel my chest on fire. Legs dead, heavy as shit. And I'm like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to keep playing. But I couldn't say the word quit.
No.
I did not want to say the word quit.
Gotcha.
So I look at Ash, I go, hey man, I'm not going to be able to continue.
Oh no.
He's like, he looked at me with this look like, what? What do you mean?
Yeah.
I said, yeah, man, if I continue, I'm probably going to pass out. He goes, you quitting? I was like, so anyway, I get home.
Yeah.
Say to my wife, I said, Lisa, I just quit. I said, I ain't never quit before. She goes, don't worry about it. You 52.
Oh, shit.
Ash is 20 years younger than you. I go, no, you don't understand. I quit.
Yeah.
I had never, I found out later on, there's a lot of ways to quit, Pat.
Yeah.
Physically, emotionally, spiritually, there's a lot of ways to quit. So I was like this, oh my God, what has happened to me? Oh my God, I've gone soft.
Yeah.
You know, as a player, as a former athlete, could you be called anything worse than soft?
No. Yeah. No.
So I said, all right, that's it. So again, it's COVID. which as bad as COVID was, it had some benefits for me.
Roger.
It gave me time, which I did not have a lot of.
Gotcha.
So I started I said, I'm going to go for a run. But before that, let me back up briefly. I got a mate in the States who's a basketball coach, and I call him. I say, no, he called me. I said, Chris, damn, man. I said, you ain't going to believe this, man. I'm soft. He said, what? No, you're not. I go, nah, man, I'm soft, man. Got to own it. He goes, you need to get this book.
Yes.
This book called Living with the Seal by Jesse Itzler. He tells, I actually met Jesse Itzler. He goes, my coach is the boss of Georgia basketball, went to a party at Jesse Itzler's house, and in that party was a guy named David Goggins. Bang. He said they wrote a book, you got to get it. Sure enough, I get the book called Living with the Seal. And I read it, and I realized then, I go, oh,
yeah,
you got to suffer.
Yeah.
You got to put out. I haven't been putting out, man. When's the last time I put out, Pat? You think you are something until you are put to a test.
Exactly.
And then when that test shows up, and in life, you never know when that test is coming. You don't never know. And when it comes, you either going to crumble or you going to adjust. Yeah. I like when you drop that word adjust, because that is huge. So I read that book, man. That sent me down a rabbit hole of Navy SEAL, of training, of what it really takes to put out and to go somewhere that you ain't never been. And that's what I started. I said, all right, that's it. January 1st, 2021. I'm running 5 laps of this oval. I was a little chunkier, and I ain't saying this about weight loss, but I wasn't in shape, put it that way. And I would go up a lap every day.
Yeah, you did.
So I got to January 31st. And at the end of it, I had run 12.5 Ks on the last day for total 230 Ks for the month. And I had never done nothing like that before.
Yeah. And listen, again, Damon's warming it up here. He's just warming up. I'm telling you now, because when that was starting to happen, I started engaging with you because we were all going through that moment of, okay, let's get fit, let's get going. And I have a massive, massive soft spot for the Navy SEALs, right? And the Goggins and the Jockos and all the UK SBS and SAS boys. Because in Kyokushin, Damon, we have that mentality. We have to push further. We cannot give up. Never give up is the motto. The us no seishin, when we say us, when you take it onto the mat, us no seishin means perseverance whilst being pushed. You keep going. Patience, determinations, perseverance. And those words are embedded in my livelihood day in, day out. And the etiquette of us is that you live by that ethos on the mat and off the mat. And within the community that we were grown up, that we were a part of with basketball, we had teammates, solid teammates. And it was never, you could win a game. If you're down by 9, you're still in the chance to win the fucking game. There's 45 seconds to go. There's still a chance. Don't give up. Don't give up. So when I left the basketball world, I went into the Kyokushin world, and I had a great coach who continued to water that seed for me of, okay, in this stuff, it's up to fucking you. It's up to you. And I felt that similarity with you, when you were starting to do your thing. I'm like, I was there, bro. I knew I came from the team, but then I couldn't do rely on coach to put me on, to show some things. They were great players, way, way ahead of me. So then I move into a martial art world, an individual world, where it was all on fucking me. It was all on me. You want to put in the time, you want to put in the work, you want to gradually get through this, you will succeed your black belt. You will get to this level. And then again, the ethos and the words of the SAS of just, who's going to carry this? Goggins just changed the language for someone like me, where I'm like, who am I going to be able to relate to? I think a lot differently. And then you and I started to go, hey man, we're following the same peeps here. So once you start this circle of, running, you started lifting a notch, mate. You started going into the Goggins world. So slowly get us going again with what made your next, tick go.
Yeah. And I really respect the martial arts world. Grew up watching Bruce Lee. Yeah. And I never forget a saying when he was cleaning his own dojo. And I was like, wow, Bruce Lee. I mean, the discipline, which is what humans lack. Discipline. The ability to persevere. What's your breaking point? Do you have the balls to go through it again? Can you do anybody on this one hot day don't make a summer?
Roger that.
Can you sack up again? So I don't listen to nothing when I run. When I do my stuff, I don't listen to nothing. Because what I learned was I got these demons. We all have them. The demons, whatever words you want to use, it's that voice that tells you, what are you doing this for? What's the point of this? Haven't you done enough? What are you trying to prove? You're going to hurt yourself. Everything that keep you living at a level of mediocrity, that voice, it comes, even to this day, all this shit that I done, it still comes. It's like that's its job. My job is to now not listen to it, not live my life by it, not let it dictate me, right? So one day I'm running. I might have been on, say, day 22, and I'll call my mate later, Eric Hayes, who you might know. I play with a Ballarat.
Man, on that, pause on that. Hopefully Eric does listen. Eric did Kyokushin karate, my friend. He did it. Yeah, he used to fight. He was cool. Yeah, he was a Jet basketball player. What a legend. Yep. So you call Eric. Sorry to cut you off.
He's my guy. So every day I'm like this, how the fuck I'm gonna get around this? That's over 22 times. My body's a mess. How am I gonna do it? So I would try to put together little plans, right? And this is what happens. You will, if you stay in this fight long enough, Damon, you will start to get ideas, and you will start to hear all the traps, all the negotiations that you have not only done recently, but what has been a pattern in your whole life. So I'm running. And I'm reading this book at the time called Way of the Seal by Mark Devine. And he spoke about emotional resilience. This knocked me for 6. Because I'm like this. Everybody talks mental toughness. I got some of that. Physical toughness. I got some of that. Emotional? Because you know what this means? It means all I got to do, Pat, is just rattle your cage. All I got to do is just shake your world. And you'll crack the shits. Oh, fuck this. I quit. Oh, man, I ain't putting on this shit no more. I quit. So because I'm not listening to anything, I'm relaying instances in my mind of what I used to do when I played for Wollongong Hawks. Oh yeah, I remember that one time I told the coach to kiss my ass because he was having a go at me for something. Oh, that's right. Then when I was playing for the Ballarat Miners, I told the coach to, go and get stuff because wait a minute. Then I showed up drunk to train at Mildura because
oh man.
Patty, I traced it back every single season I played basketball, man. And it was like I had an epiphany.
That's the word.
I had no emotional resilience. All you had to do was shake my world, do something I didn't agree with, do something I didn't respect, attack me in some kind of way emotionally, and I had no coping mechanism.
Gotcha.
When I realized that, all right, I will now die on this fucking oval. I ain't going nowhere. They will find me on this oval. That was my attitude. So I said, as I'm running and my feet are just
they're rat shit.
You can imagine everything, man. And I would sit there and I would go, oh yeah, you want to quit, don't you? You would quit right now, wouldn't you? Or do you want to just see what you got? We'll see what you're about. That's how it started for me, man. And once I completed one mission, and I call them missions, because unlike a challenge, a mission, you got to complete it, man. It ain't no gray area for me. It is pass, fail. It ain't no, oh, Damon, you almost had it. That was a great effort. Good job. No. I'm getting it done or I'm doing it again. So that's the mindset. So after I completed the one, I surprised myself. I'm like, holy shit, what 235 Ks in a month? What? How? Anybody that knows me knows I don't run. I hate running. So I said, oh my God, what else am I capable of? And this general curiosity that I believe we all have awakened. And that started me, man.
Guys, that's it, mate. It fires me up. I'm fucking put my hands on my legs here. So Damon's going through he went through that block. I write to him, hey, follow the spirit of us here, man. I'm with you here. I'm kind of running with you, but you're doing your side. I'm doing my side. And I was preparing for my masters, my peers set in Kyokushin. You've got three massive challenges. One, to become the world champion of Kyokushin, full contact karate. Number two is to set a 100-man kumite, it's called, which only 27 men, a couple of females in the world have ever accomplished. It is practically running a marathon 4 hours while you're getting punched and kicked fucking up inside you. And my master set me a task for the 50-man kumite, which is a lot less. Yep. Father of 3, I've got full-time job, and it's a challenge to put to anyone in their late, it could be mid-30s, late 30s, where you're just finishing off, for the basketball peeps, I got my 3rd Dan in 2017. So what's your next challenge, Patty? What do you feel that is? And are you up for it? And we had had it set. So my mentality was, again, aligned with kind of what you were building your blocks towards. Yeah. And I was doing my behind closed doors training, which, again, you were openly sharing, on your runs. And for those, sneak back into some of Damon's posts a couple of years ago, where he's just building his way up here. He's just starting to figure out, hey, fuck, I can accomplish this shit. And I'm like, yes, keep going. This is good shit. I love it. Please keep going. And you're like, oh man, I'm on to the next thing. And while that energy and momentum was happening, while the world was fucking collapsing, I was thriving off it. I was mentioning it to people. Follow Damon, get a little bit of nuggets off him to get your ass out of bed. My wife starts following you, going, what's going on with this guy? Is he for real? And I'm like, if he's doing this shit, use it as fuel, use it, And again, there are many that were trying to put things out there, but you were being open, you were being honest, and there was this hoorah set that you were putting out there where, guys, I'm getting fired up here, but Damon would complete and he would celebrate it with a W, we would call it in hoops. He would celebrate it with a bottle of champers and fucking let it go. And he's by himself in the burbs of the borough where he lives up in the east of Vic here in Melbourne, and just on his local street, and I'm like, fuck, yeah. And I'm like, fucking leaving you voice messages. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. How cool was that? Where did that little celebration of the win? Because I use that language consistently. Celebrate the goddamn wins. Put that into your world, into your positive energy and language. It's fucking contagious.
Man, I realized, and I saw your 50-man kumite when you finished it.
Yeah.
You was just like,
yeah.
I'm like, give me another one, goddamn. But yeah, much respect to you for that.
Thank you, man.
Right, man. The celebration of the little things.
Yeah.
People don't like to get excited because they feel like it's short-lived.
Yeah.
They go, I don't want to go get my hopes up. I don't want to go getting excited. No. And a buddy of mine told me once, Dave Simmons, Ben's father, said to me once, I said, Dave, should I get excited? Talking about some work stuff. I said, should I get excited? Dave says, it's better than walking around not excited. I never forgot that.
Clean out.
And when I completed that first mission, I was like, I got to celebrate. Because I just did some historical shit. I ain't never done it. If you would have said to me in December, could you run 235 Ks in a month? I go, what? No way. What makes you think I could do that? I've done nothing to make you think I could do that. I went to Kohl's, got me a bottle of champagne, and early on, I didn't have the goggles, so I'm burning my eyes. I'm prepared now. I got goggles. But yeah, man, I shook it up, man. And I said, and the Navy SEALs, when they complete a mission, when they complete Hell Week, anything that gets complete, they say it's secure. It's secure. So I looked into my little phone camera. I said, mission secured.
Yeah.
HOORAH.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, interesting word they use, secure. Because we walk around feeling so insecure. Security is funny. Security is what we really want. But what it takes to get security, you ain't supposed to stay there. You ain't supposed to live in that and get too comfortable. And I realized that the strong desire for comfort is the enemy. As soon as you get comfortable, you're going to put your feet up. You're going to put on weight.
Yeah.
You're going to drop your standards. You're going to make excuses for yourself. You're going to justify bullshit that you know you ain't supposed to be doing because you're comfortable.
Yep.
I was like, oh,
yeah.
I got to go to war. And here's the thing, man. Your demons, you can't reason with them. They smarter than you.
Yeah.
You can't use logic. They're illogical. You can't show, you can't plead with them.
No.
They have no mercy. So you got to go to war. You need a mentality of war.
Yeah.
So I said, all right, next one. What's next? I took a month off because my body was broken.
Yep.
I get back into it. I said, well, I got to do something harder. Because if I do something the same, what's the point? I'm curious now.
Yep.
I said, I wonder, and here's what the demons do.
Yes.
I said, you know what? I'm with the Rebel Sports and bought a weight vest that you can load up. I said, I got 10 kilos, load up to 10.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to run, because I ran like 13 Ks on the last day, I'm going to just run 15 Ks every other day. And on the other day, I'm going to run 10 Ks with the vest. But here's the thing. My oval's flat, but around here in Greensboro, hills everywhere.
Yep.
Straight away, Patty, my demons went, hey, why don't you run the oval with the vest and then just run the hills without the vest? I said, oh, you want the easy way. You always want the easy way. No, the default can never be easy again. Just because I thought it, I said, that's it. I'm taking the vest. I'm doing the hills.
Fuck yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, man. So that month, again, I just chug along, man. I just chug along. And like you, I got a full-time job. Yep. It's winter. It's still summer, but I got to work my 40-hour week.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, man, I would just get up early.
Fuck, you sure did, mate.
4 o'clock and get it on.
Okay, so again, on that, I'm watching Damon go to do his non-negotiable, as he says, his mission, as he was calling him. So I'm following this journey, and I'm there going, hold on, where's he? How dark is that? Why is it so fucking dark? And you're like, all right, 4 o'clock in the morning, I've got 2 hours to do this, then I got to get ready, then I got to go to work. Now, let me share with you why I was like, oh, fuck, man, this guy's up at fucking 4. He's doing this shit. Again, little inspirational moments, again, in sharing it back to you, which I did, but for the listeners to hear, I'm there going, man, I'm training too. He's up at 4. He's busting a nut. You know, he's trying to just keep striving, and he's on another fucking planet now. He's on another planet. It's pitch goddamn black. You're fucking cracking ankles on concrete, and he's sharing it, right? And then as he said about the demons there, Damon, you were putting some stuff out there. You're like, oh, they're back again. Oh, they're up in my grill. Son of a bitch. And I'm like, so I was getting up in him, you know, and I'm like, I'm with you. All right, here we go. And then we would work. I would, you know, have breakfast, whatever, get kids sorted. And then Damon would go to work, and then he would do another post in the afternoon. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Man, you just did. Oh, shit. He's finishing work. And I'm doing it now. I was like, oh, fuck. And I was like, okay. All right. How do I maintain what? I need to use this. I need to use your energy. My wife was using your energy too. We were, you know, components of when we were passing COVID, you know, we started to move along with, you know, what was happening in our lives and progress. You kept fucking going. I'm like, God damn. Like, I thought we would keep going, you know, we's in Kyokushin. We don't want to stop, you know, and we've got goals and achievements. And again, listeners in the Kyokushin world, most of us, this is what I wanted Damon on, to spark everyone up. I talk in this passionate way about what's happening, but now you started to change a little bit more. And I'm just going to bring up 2 stories here that I love to share with everyone. Damon buys a bike. He buys a bike, and he's like, all right, next mission. Again, you had lots of missions, but one of them was starting to do. Now walk us through with this fucking bike and this mission here that you were going through.
All right. I have not rode a bike since maybe the 7th grade when I was 12 or 13 years old. Yeah. I hate bikes. My last year in the NBL, I was playing for Townsville and I was injured, and they put me in the little rehab team, and I had to ride the stationary bike.
Yep.
And they said, Damon, you got the worst times of anybody we've ever seen. I go, I hate bikes, man. I ain't got bike muscles. So as my missions progressed,
yep,
I had to always find something
yep.
harder.
Yep.
The path of most resistance is where I was going. Now, to backtrack just a tad,
sure.
Decision. I had to, every mission, I got to make a decision. And here's what I noticed while I'm running around listening to my demons, they don't want you to make a decision, Patty.
Okay.
Because you listen to people's language, and my language was exactly the same. Yeah, maybe I'll do this. What the fuck does maybe mean? You gonna do it or not? Yeah, I'm thinking about doing this. Are you gonna do it or not? How long are you gonna think about it? So I realized that, oh, making a decision is the hardest part. Because then once you put it out there, you got to now do it. Because I had a rule. Rule 1, make a decision. Rule 2, do what you say you gonna do. If you don't, your word ain't shit. You got no integrity.
Yep.
If you don't do what you say you're gonna do, you know what that makes you. And I can't be that.
Nah.
So I decided, you know what? I'm gonna do a half triathlon. I was on YouTube. I'm searching. Pat, I would come home from work, put on YouTube, and just look for shit. Yep. Navy SEAL shit. I found this guy called the Iron Cowboy.
Yep.
His name is James Lawrence.
Yep.
He did 100 Ironman in 100 days. He did 50 in 50 states in 50 days. And I said to myself, can I just do one? So I said, you know what? No, I'm going to do every weekend. I'm going to do a triathlon every Saturday and Sunday. Is 8 Saturday and Sundays in a month.
Yep.
I said, oh shit. Okay, I got to go get a swimming. I haven't swam since I was in the 8th, since I was probably 10 years old.
I'm laughing respectfully, mate.
Yeah. Oh, it's hilarious. So, but I said, I need a bike. I ain't got a bike.
Yeah.
So I go to Kmart. I'm not going to spend $1,000 on a bike because it's only for one mission. I go to Kmart, got myself a $200 special.
Beautiful. Which
I couldn't put together because I ain't mechanically inclined. I take it to my brother-in-law's house in Ringwood. He put it together for me. I come back like, right. So I got to do the swim, 1.5K swim. Then I had to ride 40 Ks. And then I had to run 10 Ks. The 10K run, no problem. The swim, that's another story. The bike, when I hopped on this bike, man, and there's hills around here and shit, and I gotta walk the bike up this fucking hill, and all of a sudden and the brakes, the handlebars start to loosen. I had to go to Bunny's to buy one of those funky little vice grippy things. I stripped the screw. Now the handlebars is falling down. Like, why am I so low? Oh shit, the handlebars are loose. So now I'm holding up, my core is activated because I'm trying to.
Oh man, fuck.
Patty, I'm on 20 Ks.
Yeah.
It's getting dark, and my bike is completely fucked now. I'm not Patty. Here's what's awakened in me though, based on these missions.
I'm not from
the ability to adjust, adapt, and overcome. I said, oh, it would be a good excuse right now to quit because look, your bike broke. I walked the bike home. I go to my next door neighbors who I knew had a bike. He wasn't home. I stole his bike.
Fuck him.
But I left a note. Gavin, I'm borrowing your bike. I'll bring it back.
Legend.
I hop on the bike. His tires are flat. God damn it. It's getting darker. I got 20 Ks to ride and another 10K run. Ooh. What do? The ability to figure shit out is awakened in me.
Here we go.
That's it. Call him my sister. Call him my brother-in-law. Yep. Hey, can I come get your bike? He goes, yeah, no worries. They live in Ringwood, 35 minutes in the car. Yeah. I go get the bike. His tires are flat. God damn it. We go to the servo, pump the tires up, put the bike in the car, get back to Greensboro. I'm on the bike.
Yeah.
I'm riding.
Here we go.
Finish the 20 Ks. I got to run the 10. I get it done.
Boom.
And I sat there and I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like this, you a bad man. You a bad man. The average Damon would have quit, would have made an excuse. And I did forget to mention another time, I go into the toilet block to fill up my water bottle on my bike ride, and my back went out. And I was in spasm.
It was fucked, yeah.
And I had to get the bike back home. and I had to finish my ride. I come in, I lay on the floor, Patty, and I'm in spasm.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, no, the mission can't die like this.
Dang.
I said, rise, Damon. Right. This moment. This is the moment.
Yeah.
This because we, like I said, without a test, who are we? We're just a concept, man. We're just a good idea.
Right.
You need to test. So yeah, I could lay here and feel sorry for myself with a bad back, or I could just get up. I ran them 10Ks, man, and I was just like this.
Hoo-ha, hoo-ha.
It is an addictive feeling.
Yeah.
Triumph is addictive.
Man, I'm laughing. I mean it with all respect, because I flash back to your messages and I'm like, you know, again, I was like, what's this fucking bike? I don't know. How can we hook him up with a fucking bike? And it was all about the seat. You were like, my ass, my fucking ass. You're like, I've got no meat on my ass as it is. And now I've definitely got nothing. I've just got this Kmart piece of shit. And I just
wrap on the bike seat.
Dude, I thought of the Karate Kid scene where he fucks his bike and he just throws it. I'm like, that's it. And I'm like, no. And I was like, oh man, that was so funny. But again, I was like, oh man, I don't know. And then you're back, man. So guys, again, he's done this other mission. He's fucking smashed it. The champagne comes out, social media. Let's go. Holy shit, man. Swimming at the crack of dawn. It's pitch fucking black. 10 degrees or less. You're in, and there's footage of Damon in his car. There's footage of Damon. He's in his car, and he's like, "This is not good. This is I don't want to do this." And I'm there going, and I look at it, and it's like 2 hours. You up 2 hours before me, right? So I'm there going, I want to write to him to go, "Hey man, fuck that, let's go." And I'm like, I look at it, I go, oh shit, this is at 5. And then you're there before it even opens at times. And again, so we're talking the things here that, you know, are funny and cool, but man, your mental toughness had just continued to grow and grow and grow. And you were watering this puppy with, you know, the books, the things, the footage, grabbing nuggets off others. And then I'm going to bring one story up, but then I want you to tell us when you met Goggins. Okay. So the next story that I heard was, it blew me up. I couldn't stop laughing. You were getting to a point in your career with what you do for work, where there was a promotional opportunity that came up at work. And you said, I don't know, you know, fucking, what do you think? And people were encouraging you to some extent to go for this promotion. And you were like, you know, contemplating, tossing and turning, demons, this, that, the other, giving you a bit of shit. And you're like, I don't know. But walk us through the next bit.
Remember how you said you have to be like this on the mat and off the mat?
Correct way.
Exact same thing.
Yeah.
I can't let my demons are 24/7, 365, 366 in a leap year. They don't never stop. And I made a commitment to myself back in January 2021 that they would never run my life again. And anything that's uncomfortable, I cannot be scared of that. I have to go towards that. So here I am doing all these missions, feeling real good about myself. And at work, I'm a case manager in a homelessness organization in Glenroy.
Nice.
Acting team leader position comes up. Everybody's going, oh, Damon, you'd be great for that. I'm like, nah, I don't be a team leader. I'm just a soldier. I'm just happy to just do much work. And no, Damon, you'd be great. So I'm sitting here in my thoughts, and I can hear my demons going, yeah, we don't want this. It's going to be more work. It's going to be more responsibility. And I was like,
yeah.
Damn it. Now I got to go for it. Now I got to go for it because I'm feeling uncomfortable with it. Patty, the desire for comfort is the problem.
All right.
So I'm uncomfortable. I'm going. So I had to do my expression of interest. Hello, Damon. I like to express my interest for this position. Yeah. And the reason why I'm applying is because I don't want it, and that means I'm uncomfortable. It means I have to go for it now. The manager receives that email. Of course, I get the interview.
Yeah, sweet.
She goes, Damon, that was the most interesting expression of interest I've ever had.
Yeah.
Can you talk more about that?
Yeah.
I said, yeah. I said, I'm scared. I said, I'm scared of responsibility.
Well,
And because I'm scared, I got to go for it. I got to conquer my demons. So started talking about why and what for and yada, yada.
Yeah.
And she goes, Damon, congratulations. You got the job. I was like, shit. I didn't even want the job. Didn't even want it. Now I'm the damn team leader. But I couldn't let my demons win, Patty. Could not let them win.
I'm with you.
This is the side that doesn't get enough credit. The emotional resilience, the emotional toughness.
Yep.
Because that feeling of I don't want to, I don't feel like it. That's the language of emotion. When you upset and you angry, they always say, don't make decisions when you angry, upset, calm down.
Okay.
I need to be able to make decisions all the time, even in the mood, even if I'm heightened. I got to be able to make a quality decision. Okay. I think about the SEALs. They are always in stress situations. They freezing cold and they got to make a decision.
Yep.
They burning up. They got to make a decision. They hungry. They got to make a decision. They sleep deprived. You got to be able to still make quality decisions when you are stressed emotionally. That's why when I'm filming my stuff, I like to show people this ain't all sunshine, man. You think I want to do this?
Yep.
I don't want to do none of this, which is why I'm doing it. And some days I'm in a great mood. Yeah. Yep. But then the grind sets in at some point, man. And every mission, at some point, the mundane grind. When you like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. What have I signed up for? Why? Yeah. In those moments, I want to show some vulnerability. Because in my vulnerability is where my strength is put on display.
Yeah.
Because you see me sitting in this car. You see me wearing 2 beanies, 2 pair of gloves, hoodie. I'm fucking freezing. And I'm like this. But I ain't quitting, goddammit.
No. Oh, guys, that's it. That's amazing. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. And again, it again, another part of your journey that I was like, oh man, how right is he? You know? And we're following along, and again, mission by mission. And then Damon has started to knock these out the park, right? And then slowly he's starting to fucking dissect this shit to a T. And there was a time I connected with you and you were like, Patty, I'm chilling this month, man. I'm preparing for the next month. I've got something else, in mind. And I'm like, all right, let's let him chill out for a bit, and then we were hoping to catch up, etc. And I was like, all right. But then you had a chance to meet, after reading all these books and watching Goggins, whose influence / being a social media magnet in people's lives in regards to mission accomplishments and getting off your ass and pushing yourself a little bit further and all those things, you got a chance to meet him.
Yeah. David Goggins came to town on one of those little speaking junkets where somebody tries to sell you a bunch of stuff, but then they dangle the carrot of Goggins, but they bring Goggins on last, but you have to sit through the bullshit seminars and sales pitches. I was like this, okay, they got me, but that's okay. I'm just here for Goggins.
Yeah.
And all I wanted to do, Patty, now David Goggins, his story, if anybody who hasn't read his book, You Can't Hurt Me, this dude went from 300 pounds to a Navy SEAL. He had to lose 105 pounds in like some short time frame. I read both his books, man, cover to cover. I've listened to his audio podcast. He ain't said a word I haven't heard.
Yep.
And now, not just him, but all the Navy SEALs.
Yep.
So this is a culture.
Yep.
And he is obviously one of many, but he is obviously on a certain level. There's levels to this.
Absolutely.
If you think I'm going to let him show up in Melbourne and I'm not going to be there, it ain't going to happen. I took the day off work. I'm all excited. I get there nice and early. It's packed in the little Melbourne Convention Center. It's dudes doing push-ups in the fucking foyer. I'm like, calm down. Like, hey, calm down, man. It ain't time for that. Anyway, Goggins comes up on stage, does his spiel.
Yep.
It's Q&A. I didn't ask no questions because I don't have any questions no more. I now have the formula. I know what it's about. All I want to do is look this man in the eye and shake his hand and say thank you. That's all I want to do. I've heard your stories. I've got my own story. You know what I mean? So
yeah, man.
I waited till I got to the back. The queue for the meet and greet was around the block.
Oh, wow.
I got almost second to last. I wanted to be, I didn't want to be rushed.
Sure.
So although there was one person snuck in behind me. Anyway, I walking up on stage and Goggins is giving everybody's like, oh, thank you. And Goggins just go like this. Yeah, thank you. No worries. Stone face, smile. He don't even smile, man. Dude's just like, he's like his face is permanently hardened like this. Photo, walk off. It gets to me. I walk up and I was like, I pulled him in for the hug. I said, hey, man. I said, my name's Damon. I'm from Saginaw, Michigan. I came to Australia to play basketball. He says, oh, for real? He said, oh, really? I said, yeah. I said, but in retirement, I went soft. I said, hey, man, I just want to thank you. I got it from here.
That's it.
And that was it.
Photo,
walked off stage, looked at his mother like this. Thank you. Like, thank you too. And walked off, man. And that was it. This dude, what he's achieved. And like people can sometimes think they complimenting you, but will say something like, oh, this guy's a machine. And no, I'm not a machine. Goggins ain't a machine. We normal dudes, normal people. Not that I'm trying to compare myself to him, but somebody who just decided, Patty, I'm not living this way no more. I'm living like this. And I've decided that I'm going to place the value on what I achieve and what it does for me internally over what it does to my feet or my back or my legs. That don't matter no more. I don't So those are decisions that are made, and that's a normal person. Now I'm doing abnormal things. Now, what used to be daunting, I'm like, this 15Ks ain't doing it for me no more. 20Ks ain't doing it for me no more. I'm going to run 50Ks a day. I'm going to do 1,500 Ks with a full-time job. That's what I'm going to do. 50. And I tell you what, on day one, I said, okay, I got to get off to a good start, right? I got to leave the work. I got to leave my house. But COVID is well and truly gone. I have to leave my house by 7:45 to get to work by 8:30 because the ring road is crazy, as we know. I set the alarm for 4. I'm in bed at 9. I ain't fucking around. 9 o'clock, see ya, good night. I wake up, I got to run a half marathon. Okay, that's 21 done. I go to work. So everybody's happy.
So you do 20. So you would do that at 4 o'clock, right? Yeah, and you would do a half a marathon, 3 and a bit hours. Fucking tickety boo. Like,
21. I need 21 before I get to work. I haven't eaten anything. I haven't had breakfast. I wake up, go to the toilet, grab a quick drink. 21. I get to work. I'm sore. I'm in the car. I'm stiff as shit. I'm like, And I walk into work and everybody's like, you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. I'm good. Everybody goes off and gets a coffee. I'm running. I've stole 5Ks on the morning tea break.
Okay.
Lunch break. Everybody goes off for lunch.
I'm on.
I've stole another 6Ks of lunch.
6. Afternoon
tea break, run. After work, stay there, run another 8 or 9K. So then by the time I get home, I only got maybe 10 or 11Ks to do.
Only. Fuck off. That's amazing. That's amazing. And then you do that. So repeat that again with that mission that you did.
That mission was 1,500 Ks in 30 days. And I did not want to run 50 Ks on the 30th day. So you know what that means? I got to go over the average. So on the last day, I don't have to run 50. So on day one, I knocked out a 55.
Okay.
My hamstrings, I coined a new phrase for tightness. You know how people say, man, I'm really tight. I'm super tight. I was comically tight. I ran 55 Ks on day one. That next morning, I woke up and put my foot on the ground for the first step, and I thought I tore both hamstrings. And all I could do was laugh. I went like this. I went, this maniacal laugh. Like, shit. And I'm just shuffling.
Unbelievable, man.
And it was people at work. it got to a point, right, that I actually normalized running 50Ks. It was weird. I remember the moment when it happened. I ran 50Ks and felt great. And it was like day 20. I was like, 1,000 Ks. I said, I feel great. I'm not even sore. I said, what just happened? Every mission, I call it the happening. So it happens, man. People are seeing me limping. I didn't even realize that I was limping. I'm like, that's just my walk. Like, that's how I've adapted.
Yep.
No problem. So on the last day, I got cheeky. I ran 48 Ks on September 29th.
Okay.
So on September 30th, I only had to run 2 Ks. I took the piss.
Yeah, nailed it.
And then I thought, man, I didn't pick a big enough number.
Oh, so good to hear this, man. Fuck now. God. Okay, let have a breather. I have a saying, Damon, and I'm facetious with it. I'm trying to be sarcastic. I go 2 + 2 = 5. Actually, you know who fucking taught me that? Biwa. Biwa would say shit. We were in Baltimore in the States. I was working under him at Under Armour. And we were hanging out, and I won't tell you what happened, but it was, hey man, 2 + 2 = 5, man. And I'm like, it does, bro. And then flashback, my bad. And my point to that is in comprehending again. I mean, I think what I'm getting a little bit out of this, and for everyone that's listening as well, is fuck, oh geez, I don't even know where to start, but I'm trying to action that. You have these people like Damon and others out there. They're out there. Damon's down the road, guys, you know, and he's putting this for himself. He's not putting it on for the masses to an extent, right? You're doing it to just get going. And I just want everyone out there to kind of start going and following. And if you need some form of, you know, energy and magnet, I've passed your name on to many people, but I'm just trying to encourage more to, again, know that these types of legends in respect of what you're accomplishing and how you're dominating and how you're pushing forward and fucking setbacks and all these things that everyone is going through, but is maybe looking at reading the books of the high elite, you know, the #1 fucking bestsellers and the champion podcasts around the world. We're going to get maybe 1,000, 2,000 listeners on this over the next month or two, right? But it's going to change fucking people's lives. And that's what I'm trying to, you know, continue to flow with you on and share, because I was like, why isn't anyone fucking across this guy? I go, I know the guy for such a long time. I'm like, how do I give, you know, Kevin Hart says, how do you give these guys flowers, you know, trying to give these guys flowers. And I was like, man, I got to get you one. And I had stopped doing Forever the Student a couple of years ago because of time, because of shit going on everywhere. I was doing training like not to an extent like you, but training in a different means where my time and energy was just getting taken up and dropping kids to school and then going in the water and then fucking coming back and then it just keeps going on. But in sharing with what Damon's saying and his passion and energy, there's fucking ways. You're an epitome of it. You know, you found a way and now you are mastering that way. You are no shit about it. And again, one more of your challenge to share with others that, again, I was like, oh, what the fuck now? You know, which was the lunges, the one that Goggins, there he goes. So give us that one. We got, oh shit. See what I said to you at the start, bro. I said, we're going to go over an hour here. I'm going to fuck it up.
We're going to an hour. Bullshit. Really? Oh man.
That's why when I said we got to catch up before Christmas, I'm like, fuck, I got to block 4 hours here. This shit's going to go for a while. But hey, let's go through the lunges bit and then share with us in the next. I mean, I'm chewing up your time as well. But let's go through again in explaining again this and how the body then responded to this, because you were now way above the body part.
Yeah,
you were pushing way past.
Here's what I noticed. And this is, I encourage anybody that's listening. Don't listen to nothing. By distracting yourself with music or with podcasts, you might think this is a good time. I'm going to be out here for a couple hours. I can really learn some stuff. You will learn more about yourself in silence.
Got you.
It became meditative, Patty.
Yeah.
People meditate. They sit in silence.
Yes.
You will hear all the drama. All the answers are in the silence. So everybody can read a book and you can have a nice quote. What I found out was that quote don't mean half as much as if you live that quote. I like to call myself now a living quote because I would read something, but I had no concept of it. I had no context for it.
Right.
And then I experienced him like this. Oh, this is what that quote, this is what he meant.
Yeah.
Now that quote lives in me.
Right.
It ain't just some cool saying, man. It lives in my heart. So I decided, I knew that Goggins and the SEALs do a lot of lunging. And I was like, ooh. And I dabbled in lunging. Them shits hurt. Them shits hurt. I said to Hazy, my boy, I go, hey, man, when you go to the gym and lunge, how many lunges would you do? He said, 3 sets of 15. I said, huh. So 45 lunges, that's it? He says, on each leg. I was like, so 30, so 90 lunges.
Mm-hmm.
I said, all right. I said, I'm going to lunge 100 meters. I said, I'm going to go up 100 meters on every other day.
There it is.
That's what I call my escalating missions. Things that get harder gradually.
Okay.
It's something that's mental, physical, and emotional about when it gradually gets harder. What are you looking forward to? It's only going to get harder. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. Okay.
Instead of de-escalating,
right.
I like to escalate. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, boop, going to go up. So again, I haven't lunged so I'm lunging and I'm just like, I get to 20 meters and I thought, all right, here they come. My demons like this. You ain't going to make it. Ain't no way. How you going to, do you realize on the 10th day, you got to lunge a kilometer? My demons said that's impossible. You can't go 20 meters. How the fuck you going to go a kilometer? On top of that, the day before was 900, 800, 700. Well, guess what? They'll find me out here, Patty, because I ain't quitting. The one thing that all of this has done is really awoken in me, in my heart, is that quit don't live here no more. They'll find, we just found some 56-year-old dude laid up against the tree. So I'm starting to do my lunges, man. I get to 100 meters. Took me like 30 minutes. I'm trying to just go down my street. My neighbors are looking at me.
Yes.
I'm like, hey, sorry. And then 200 meters. And then the tightness. Oh, my God. I don't know what your attitude is towards lunges, man, but they for real.
Yeah.
So, again, I made it to the last day. And guess what? I did like 600-700 meters, man. Like I've been lunging all my life. This is what happens, man. The body, as soon as the body knows that the mind and the heart won't quit, the body will find a way.
Mad.
It will find a way, man. It's the most functional thing. I'll be on K 1350, and in my mind, I'm fighting my demons. And then I look down at my legs and I go, they don't know what K it is. My legs can't tell the difference between K1 and K 1300. Okay. They just move.
Yeah.
So as long as I don't stop it, as long as I don't get in the way, my body will take over. And I trust that. So no matter how I'm feeling, I got that much stuff stored up that I know I can trust. Oh, I'm going to adapt. It's only a matter of time, and it's going to hurt. Guess what? Hurt don't freak me out no more.
No.
Hurt freaks people out.
Yeah. Bye. I scratched my head again in disbelief of them, and again, I come from a world where we love, like I'll give you again, I'm not, how do I say this? All the listeners out there, I'm not trying to boast here or be a dick about this, right? Or compare it to Damon, but we're preparing to go to Japan. I got to go to Japan in mid-April. I'm grading for my 4th Dan in Japan, but I went, and I swear it's your fucking fault, but I said, the forms came through for a tournament, and I'm preparing my guys for the tournament, my younger guys, 30, 32.
Right.
And I stopped fighting in 36 in 2016. I left it in Japan. I fought in a world tournament. I got like a bit of a wild card, like get in there. Right. You can still crack on. I cracked on. I went to Shizuoka, fought in 2016, but I was coaching more so. Had an okay run, and then I lost to a Denmark kid, way strong, way fit. And I went, that's it. I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to leave the fight essence here. Don't know why, but it just felt right. I wanted to bring back the coaching hat that we've all been mentored by. And I went, focus on that now back home. Focus on that. Give back to the next gen. Create some monsters like me, you know, like I was, and get them going and use them and instill that. And that's where my mindset went. So 2016, we get to the chaos happened, right? And we couldn't fly to Japan and do extra things. And 2024 comes, you're grading in Japan, fill out the form. I'm like, oh, and that's your peers. My masters only tell you, you can't go, oh, I'm ready. No, they go, all right, we're on. My last grading was in 2017. So I haven't graded since 2017 and I haven't fought since 2016, but I fight in the way of sparring and, you know, feel that touch like you do when we're playing hoops, you know, still got it. But there's a little bit extra that you need to go. So the form comes for the fighting and it says there, Veterans Division. I'm like, yeah, whoa, what's up? What's this say? 40 to 47. I'm like, man, fuck, man. I'm training anyway. I'm trying to be a boss with these guys. I'm trying to fucking, and you know, you fucking do your shit. And I'm there going, I'm going to ask my master something. I write him a text. I said, hey, man, Veterans 40 to 47. He goes, do it. And I went, oh, shit. Ah, fuck. You know, and we have a saying, we have a joke saying that our main founder of Kyokushin, he brought in some of his students and he would say to them in his office, he would say, can you do it? And they're like, you know, we say it in our Aussie way, do what? But they would go, us, as in like, what, us, yes, but what the fuck do you mean?
Yeah.
And apparently there's a mythical story that he would say to them, can you do it? And he's like, us, you know, like, you know, strong to the master of fucking Kyokushin. And he goes, you're going to do the 100-man kumite. You got 3 months to prepare. To the elite. Yeah. And they're like, us, you know, not. And we have that saying, and my master would kind of say shit like that to me. He'd go, can you do it? And I'm like, oh, what the fuck does that mean? And that's when he said, you're going to do the 50-man and all this shit. And I'm like, oh, I love that. All right, we're on, you know, reasonable. So I'm going into the vets division in Japan as well. So I'm prepping up for that angle. And again, thanks to you, my friend, to a degree that, again, anything is possible, all these quotes and sayings, but I'm with you on it. And, you know, in summarizing our wonderful catch up here, you know, in the next couple of minutes, Damon, I guess, you know, I'm sure you got another fucking thing coming up that's going to bring me to tears again. But from a message to me and my wife, even, who I told her I'm talking to Damon, it's going to fire me the fudge up here today. Don't worry about it. I'm going to walk out of here going, fucking let's go. She passes on her love because she's on a mission with her physical and well-being, being a mum of 3, you know, for the females out there. She, you know, 10 years has been just committed to kids and like that way. And now she's like, it's my turn. And I said, well, you know, and that's so, mate, thank you for your time, but share with us in a little summary, a little bit of a kick in the ass for the whole party that are listening here. And the kick in the ass comes from in respect of where your level is at now, bro.
Yeah. I don't talk this. I'm different. Yeah. To what I used to be.
Yeah.
I don't talk the same. I don't walk the same. This is not a fad. It's a lifestyle. This is how I live my life.
Yeah.
To say to people, you think you've capped yourself at a certain limit. You think it's not bad.
Yeah.
You've settled.
Yeah.
You're comfortable in your setting. Your setting is set to mediocrity.
Okay.
Now, if some people want to live a mediocre life, do your thing. Do your thing. But if you remotely think there's something else in there, and there is, it ain't going to come out just because you want it to. You got to drag it out. You got to go down deep and go somewhere you ain't never been. I'm a Game of Thrones fan, and I love the saying, west of Westeros.
Okay.
What's west of Westeros? Nobody's ever been. The maps stop here. What's past that? That's where I'm going. I got to find out more. There's more to Damon Lowery than this. There's got to be more than this. You mean to tell me this is it? It can't be. It cannot be. So it's going to hurt. You have got to change your relationship with discomfort. Right now, our relationship with comfort, Patty, is too strong, man. You don't want it to be too hot. You don't want it to be too cold. The shower got to be just right. The pillow got to be just fluffy enough. You know what I mean? Everything got to suit you.
Correct.
That ain't how life works.
No.
Life does not work that way. Life throws curveballs. You got to know how to hit the curveball. So to practice for that, I throw myself curveballs.
Understood.
So I'm going to always push that envelope, man. I swear I am. And along the way, I find out more and more about myself. I love more and more about myself. I'm like, oh my God, Damon, what have you left on the table for all these years, man? So yeah, I'm going to continue doing this, man. This is how I am for the rest of my days. Whatever I got left, I'm leaving it out there on the floor, on the mat,
bang. Man, much love to you, Damon, mate. Fuck, what a cracker, mate. I can't wait to listen back to this. Thank you so much for your time. We will obviously continue to daily interact in some way. Mate, you're inspiration, as they say, in many means. And I'm just, as you were summarizing that, I'm like, the layers that this cat's got now is epic. It's epic. The layers of different methods of ways of life now because of your challenges and what you're doing. And to listeners out there, Damon, he's such a cool dude in respect of if you need to reach out, I'm no doubt if you drop my name and he'll be like, please spare me, right? And respect to you on that note, and I appreciate it. But my friend, what a beautiful little catch up.
We said it was gonna happen. Appreciate it, man. We said it was gonna happen.
Thank you. Hey, listeners, a big us, everyone. Us, thank you, Damon. Have a great day. Get your shit together, everyone. I knew it would blow. It's blowing my mind. I can't wait. Also, everyone, take care. See you at the next one.